And welcome to today's very special video. Today we are joined by 21 Oranges, so we really appreciate you joining us today. And yeah, we want to ask you some questions. I think it'll be a good opportunity for people to get to know you, and people that already do know you can maybe get to know you even more, maybe learn some stuff they didn't already know about you.
Okay.
So my name's Lee, and I'm joined by Brett as well.
Hello.
So I think the big question that we want to kind of find out, your name, 21 Oranges. So a little bit of background information about how we came to you. So on our channel, we do some reaction videos, and one of our viewers suggested we check out a singer, gave us a choice of three. I think the first one was Morena Sway, you may have heard of, I don't know, Malome Vector, and 21 Oranges. And 21 Oranges kind of just stood out for us, or for Brett, because he was the one that chose it. So,
Yeah.
So what's the history behind your name?
Well, it's quite interesting. I have a group of friends who are really silly. So, I've always been a bit more mature than all of them. So they tend to call me by my age, like the number. If I in 2019 I was 19 turning 20, so I would always lie about my age. If I was turning 20, I would say I'm turning 21. So they started calling me by the age I was turning the other year, the next year. So it's really crazy. In 2019, I was just hanging with them. They're colored people, so just one time, one of them just started referring to me as 21 because basically I was turning 21 that year. So that's just how I came about it. And I just added the oranges because orange was my favorite color in 2019. Now it's not. So people keep asking if I'm gonna change it now that the color is not my favorite color, it's not orange anymore. So nah, it's not gonna change. And they ask if it's gonna change this year because now it's 2022. They asked me if I'm gonna change it to 2022. I'm gonna change it to 22 oranges. I'm like, nah, it's not gonna change.
It could be that 22 in your new favourite colour, 22 purple or something. Change that every year.
Yeah, you get it. You get the draft. But like, um, it's I've always been I'm a prayerful person. I'm religious, if I may put it. So I've always prayed about everything that I've done. So I basically prayed about a name because I got my Instagram account got hacked in 2020 2019. Yeah. So I was finding a hard time coming up with an IG handle. So I just prayed about it that one night. I just prayed, God, give me a really unique name that people won't forget. That's out of this world, basically. So I slept over it. I guess God just gave me the answer because it wasn't really hard coming up with that name, and it turns out to be a name that people find interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm just yeah. There isn't any particular way I got the name. I just prayed over it, and my friends started calling me by it. Yeah, that's just it.
Well, we absolutely love the name. I think it has a really good sort of catch to it. 21 Oranges, it's just very memorable, easy to remember. So yeah, I think it's a great choice.
Thanks.
So is there a difference between the brand 21 Oranges and your own personal sort of life? Do you differentiate between the two?
I can. Well, 21 Oranges is just a brand as it is. I feel like it's different from who I am personally because when I'm on stage, I I I become my alter ego. Like t- I'm not like my timid self. I'm not shy anymore. I'm more extroverted. Like I'm an introvert personally. So when I'm on stage, I just become my alter ego. I feel like my alter ego is more out there. It's more it's more of a people's person. It's more bubbly. So I feel like there is a huge difference between 21 Oranges and Tibonge. So yeah, Tibonge is I'm a hard to grasp person. People may say I'm hard to grasp because that just first, like, it's, I don't know. I don't think I'm hard to grasp. I think it's just because people want to say that because I don't let my feelings show firsthand. I don't let my feelings show at all. So people may find that really weird. I'm a calm person, and I I don't know how to find these words. I saw you're an English teacher, so you can help me with those words.
Well, your English is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to say that. I want to talk about that a little bit about that later. So I think what you're saying there is like almost being 21 Oranges allows you to kind of express yourself.
Yeah,
Is that right?
express myself better.
Yeah,
Better. Yeah,
really
it
interesting.
does. Mhm.
Because I'm saying, so we listened to your song "Still Alive,"
Mhm.
which we saw you made a little comment on your video to say, this is about, and then I think someone also wrote a comment on our page to say, yeah, it's sort of about her background, about a story, about the year that's been. So we actually really enjoyed that particular song, and it's interesting hearing you speak now. And I totally get the two different alter egos. I get that, but I actually found from the Still Live after you talking that that does show some of your insecurities potentially in that video. So I wanted to know, is that what it's all about? Because you sort of talk about how people may perceive you differently. So yeah, what's the sort of story behind that?
Okay. Um, Still Alive is kind of like it's a redemption song, I think, because um I I think in November last year, it's really close. Yeah. In November last year I encountered an assault. So like it's Still Alive is just a piece that's really close to my heart as it resonates with my emotions at that particular phase in my life that I went through. Um yeah, I got stabbed because that night I was out with my friends, and you know how parents are, like folks are about, evading from the nightlife, but obviously I just wanted to have a good time. So I that night, it was around probably midnight. I there was a gang of boys. They approached me and they they demanded I give them my bag, my purse, and I denied them that. So basically they just started hitting me with rocks and throwing stones at me, and they eventually stabbed me with a knife in my back, and I was hospitalized. Stuff that Just so many stuff happened that year. So um Still Alive just is a redemption song. Like, I'm still alive, even though that happened. That incident didn't stop me from still being who I am personally. It hasn't affected me, apart from the fact that now I don't feel safe when I'm out. It hasn't changed me at all. So yeah, I could say it's a redemption song. And I also wrote it basing myself on an incident that also happened last year. A group of boys, four boys, who started a YouTube channel on, yeah, it's called Bob TV. They started that channel, and basically it's just a channel where they rate hunts girls from Lesotho. They rate them on like they rate um they rate on a scale of 10. Sorry, yeah, just basing themselves upon their looks or their aesthetic or whatever. So I was there in the video, and they rated me a 3. So that basically just says you're not beautiful, or you're not, yeah, or you're not anything. You don't mean anything in this country. You're just, yeah, you get it. I'm pretty sure you get it. So yeah,
Yeah, this
that
is
yeah, that was just cyberbullying. I'm a victim of cyberbullying, and a stab incident, and that song, Still Alive, just says, yeah, even though those things happened to me, i'm still I'm still alive. Like, the story is in the name of the song. Like, I'm still alive even though that happened to me. So man, I just learned the hard way. I usually I usually write on beats, and I like a beat to just help me to advance my writing skills, because it helps me become more creative. So when I wrote that piece, I didn't write on a beat. That's how I knew that it was real and it was coming from inside. And because it's literally what I've lived, so it was easy for me to tell that story. So I don't know if you guys want me to explain line by line or parts of the song that you really want to understand.
No,
Well,
not I think what you shared there was, mate, I really appreciate you having to do it. I know it may have been difficult to talk about. I had no idea like how.
yeah,
So I remember we were talking about in the video. We said, "Oh, we could tell there's quite an emotion to the song," and even though the title
yeah,
was still alive, when you just wouldn't. I think for us, maybe having maybe slightly more different backgrounds, like I wouldn't have dreamed or thought that it was literally about
yeah.
almost
Can
being
I?
near death.
Because I just wanted to say as well, I actually listened to the song just before we started this call, and yeah, I obviously heard the bit about being stabbed in the back, but I thought, not literally, surely. I didn't actually think that was actually going to real thing. So yeah, it's just a real shock and terrible. But you've become stronger because of it. It seems, and
Yeah, I agree. I've definitely become stronger. I'm not
But
gonna lie.
it's a really, really good song, really. And I mean, I remember said in the video reaction to it, that I did find it's quite a poetry thing to it, because, and it probably explains about writing lines to the beats and stuff. But that one did. You almost had sort of this background music, and that was just almost separate to the words you were saying. Because I was then asked about, what I really liked about your videos as well, because I've seen your other video where you've actually got the lyrics on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate that, because it helps. Because me and Lee will always talk on our videos that we struggle to sometimes listen to the words of songs because we're not very
yeah,
good at multitasking as there. So actually having the
Yeah.
lyrics
yeah, it really
really
helps.
helps to get sort of mean and understand it. And I said it felt like it was like almost like a poetry piece that you've done. And I said
Mm-hmm.
I've been really looking forward to listen to it again, now knowing really more of the background to it. But it doesn't take away. Yeah, I really enjoyed,
Yeah,
really,
it
really like the
actually
song.
does sound better when you know the background story.
No, I agree.
I've
Yeah,
heard a lot of
yeah,
my friends say that.
yeah. I think next time I listen to it, I don't know, I might shed a tear or something. It's, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're glad that you've recovered from that, and yeah, and I'm sure, as I said, it's going to make you stronger. You've all become stronger because of it. So yeah, we all go through bad things in life, but that's still particularly bad. So on that topic, look, we've never been to Lesotho. I've never been to Africa. I did do a little bit of research on Wikipedia on Lesotho. I mean, how true that is, I don't know. But I was reading some, negative things about. I think it was the rate of domestic abuse is very high in your country. I mean, what is your country like in general? Like, the good things, the bad things. Is it a good place to be, to live in general?
Um. Well, my country, it's a small country,
Yeah.
and it's yeah, it's a small country that's surrounded by South Africa, and it's it's peaceful. It's
Hmm.
peaceful because I don't think we have a lot of natural disasters. We don't encounter natural disasters like other countries. Like, we don't face things like turmoils, or yeah, I don't know whatever happens, and we don't have really huge cases of poverty here. Like,
Hmm.
in other countries, I don't know. Is Syria like facing? Is Syria facing a huge?
Oh, Syria's always had problems, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we would like. It's not bad here. It's not bad. It's a beautiful country, to be honest. We have mountains, we have rivers, we have beautiful trees. Yeah, it's really beautiful. But apart from all the things that I've mentioned about it, like obviously it's
Sorry, it's a slight
connection.
connection issue. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's not a well-developed country. There's a lot of things that are lacking, like jobs and infrastructure. Yeah, but it's really not that bad, to be honest. It's not that bad. But I would personally just want to go and experience life in other places, other countries where I feel like I might feel more liberated, because here I don't like art isn't taken seriously. Like I want my music to be a huge thing. I want to be independent, but it's so hard because there's no jobs, little jobs. Not that there's no jobs at all, but yeah, it's not a bad country. It's just yeah, like a lot of things are lacking,
So
and no
you.
one seems to want to do anything about it. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's really just yeah. And I think there's a question that you asked. I don't know if you asked after I just answered this one, where you had asked how the music scene is here.
The music scene, yes. I want to kind of, you mentioned there it's a beautiful country of the mountains. So we watched the first, our introduction to Lesotho was when we watched a video from, I think his name's Entate Stunner. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. And the whole video showed like the landscape, um, of your country. It looked really, really beautiful. So what is the music scene like in Lesotho? Is it linked to the scene in South Africa because you're surrounded by it, or is it completely sort of separate and you've got your own sort of, music culture there?
Yeah, the music culture is really very different,
Mm.
because they sing in Zulu, they sing in a different language when sing in our language, and there's a lot of cultural differences. Yeah, generally. But the music scene here is just it's as big as the artist individually makes it. Because like I said, this country doesn't take art seriously. So if you're in the industry, you just have like yourself. If no one takes you seriously, if you're not connected to the right people, people might give you the good exposure. Like South Africa would be a good exposure for people who are basically in Lesotho. So if you're not connected to the right people who would help you meet people in South Africa who would take your art seriously, then you're screwed. No one takes art seriously here. There's poetry, there's music, there's a lot of things. There's drawing, there's graphics, there's everything, but it really goes to waste if the person individually doesn't take it just out of Africa. So yeah, like um people who could potentially help you grow here are few. They're few, so if you don't get connected with them, your music just you're just another vessel in your country. Like your
Mhm.
music doesn't go anywhere. And also, um I think it like people in your country in Lesotho too. Let me talk about Lesotho because well I'm here. So people who are here, if you're a musician here, people don't you're not you don't get the support from people let's say people you like, people in your inner circle, like friends or family. They hardly support things like that. So you get the support from people who are from outside the country. Like right now, like I'm on a call, I'm on a Skype with you guys. No one from here just wanted to get to know me, wanted to get to know what I'm about as an artist. No one here cares. So yeah, I think if you're here, like a lot of things are just, you don't feel liberated. You just kind of feel like you're stuck in a box. Yeah. Like you just want to be let out so that you can fly. And the only way you can do that is if you get out of this country. So yeah. Mm. It's hard
Interesting.
being here. It's hard.
So does that mean then you haven't found that person that can help you on your journey? Do you still, so you feel very alone?
Yeah, I do feel. Well, my mom is a very supportive person. She's the one who has my back 101. She sponsors my videos, she sponsors everything, photography, whatever. But like no one here who has the might to help me. They're not they're not really interested. Mm.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a shame. But hopefully, you will get your freedom. If it means moving away to another country in order to do that, then yes, so be it. Because you're obviously very talented, and we wish you the best with that. And about language, then. So you mentioned that in your country, you have your own language. But your English is incredible. You speak like a native speaker. You kind of got an American accent. Like how did that come about? I mean, I don't really know how other people speak in your country. I don't know if they can all speak English very well or to your level. But it's just you alone. Your English is really, really good.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I think I'm one of my kind in my country. Yeah, not a lot of people speak fluently like I
Ah,
do. Yeah,
uh-huh.
their English is kind of still like there's few people who can speak English as well as I can, to be honest. Yeah.
So did you learn that? Did you learn your English at school then, or privately?
Oh yeah, I went to an English school, but well, still they're not as fluent as I am. I got to learn that from watching a lot of reality TV. I learned that on TV. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
really, really impressive. Yeah.
And I
Um,
also
and
read books, so that helps.
yeah, that helps as well. And in terms of well, this is moving on to, I guess, to the next point. So, in terms of your songs, all the songs I've heard you sing are in English. Do you ever sing in your own native language, or if not, do you plan to?
Well, I do have a Sutu song, just one. Yeah. I'm fully singing in my own language, in my yeah, but it's not out. It's not out on any platform. It's just something that I kept to myself. It's in my phone.
Aha, it's
I
on your
haven't.
phone,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I only recorded it, but it's a really nice song. I think I'll send it to you guys someday.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. We'd definitely love
Yeah.
to hear it.
Okay, that would be
Um,
nice.
so there's only two. You only have two videos on your YouTube channel. We understand. I think you're studying at the moment as well. So I guess you're busy with that. So what can 21 Oranges fans expect to see from you in the near future?
In the near future, I plan on releasing an EP of at least 7 or 5 songs. I don't know, but I'm having trouble finding producers who produce beats that I like, that I really like, and who are able to master my sound and work with it. So it's still really hard to find that right now. So in the future, I'm hopeful that I'll release an EP and you'll see more videos on YouTube. I'm recently planning on releasing an interview like we're doing now. Like you interview me on a call. plan on recording it with the guys who shoot my music videos all the time. So I plan on doing that. I plan on recording that interview and posting it on YouTube so that my people who are interested in my music gets to know who I am and get to understand who 21 Oranges is. So yeah, in the near future, I plan on releasing more videos and more music, just more and more and more.
Well, yeah, I'm
I'm
sure
not
Brett
gonna
and I
stop.
we can't wait to see those videos, and because we're
I've already
becoming
subscribed to I've already subscribed to you on YouTube, so I'll look for those when they come out.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I think one of the questions that you have, were you done with the questions?
no, I was going to ask you, we kind of skipped a few questions because we got onto other topics. I wanted to ask you about your musical influences and just generally kind of what artists you like to listen to. Because the reason I'm asking this is because Brett and I are quite big fans of Tyler the Creator. Certainly Brett is. We actually came across him on our channel. And when I was looking at some of your stories on Instagram, I noticed that Tyler the Creator was the music that was playing. So we're assuming that potentially that you also are a fan of Tyler the Creator.
I am. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Okay, so my musical influences are mostly like I don't specifically like I'm not influenced. Well, it depends. It depends on what kind of influence you're talking about, because the influence that I have in my head is like not really being influenced in the sense that you sort of want to become people that you listen to or you want to sound like them.
Mhm.
Yeah, the influence that I kind of like have in my head is like one of what makes me write music, what makes me do music. So the answer to that would be my influences are basically my mood. Of course, there's likes of other artists that I think are great but I can't boldly say they influence my sound or my music in general. Well, I think it's one of those thoughts and dreams that I have, of course, to be like them, like be as independent as them one day and just be a huge influence and be a huge artist and change people's lives in a positive way and to be remembered. So I my influence my influence is mostly my mood and my emotions, the emotions that I go through in life, because I literally live my raps. I rap about things that I go through. I don't rap like how some of these rappers rap about getting money even though they're
Yeah.
not getting money.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I rap about things that I can see, touch, feel, things that I go through, my emotions.
So everything's real with you.
Yeah, my raps are real. Like every word that I say is what I've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So yeah, I do want to like I write because I believe I'm mostly all the time always in my head. I'm always in my head. Like so I want people to see the constellations in my head. I can't experience this beauty alone. Like it's a
Yeah.
beautiful mess up here. And so yeah. Um and also my Sutu song that I talked about earlier, it's influenced by a girl called Sophia Soul Child. You should check her out on IG. I think I'll send her handle when we're done with this Skype. Yeah. She's a phenomenon. Like, yeah. So I think she's the one who influenced my music, my not music, my Sutu song, my that
Mm.
one Sutu song. So, but my general answer to your question would be that um my influence is myself and God,
Mhm.
because I have raps written in my book. I write raps in my book. I wrote about my religious journey, and yeah, I think it's mostly my influence is God and myself. But if you ask me, well, if you ask me who my icon is, it's Little Sims. Do you know her, Little Sims?
Little Sense?
Little Sims.
Little Sims.
SIMZ.
That kind of answers your question straight away to Lee. I don't think he's heard of. No,
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I was trying to show you that if you ask me what my influence is, I don't want to sound narcissistic, but it's myself. But if you ask me who my icon is, it's Little Sims. That one I know. I just really like I like her aesthetic. I think it resonates with a little bit of my aesthetic. So I see a little bit of myself in her sometimes. So that's why I say she's my icon.
That's interesting, because my next question was going to be, on our channel every 2 weeks we do an album review. So is there any particular album that you want us to listen to check out? It could be by Little Sims or whoever you want it to be.
Oh yeah, I think Voyager by Moonchild.
Voyager by Moonchild. Interesting. We'll give that a go.
That's an album. Yeah.
Okay. What can we expect from it? What sort of music is it?
I think I'm not sure what genre it is. Probably soul. There's a little bit of soul there, and it's like a little bit. It's jazzy soul. I don't know how to classify that.
Sounds good.
Or maybe neo soul. Neo soul.
Interesting. Neo soul jazz. Yeah, I think we might like that. Okay. Good. Brett, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, I feel I just wanted to quickly touch back before I rudely interrupted about with Tyler the Creator. Because I was again saying, I'm not just saying because we've now heard your music video, but I did find there's a lot of similarities to your two songs. There's the Kite song you've got on your channel and Still Alive one. Very, very sort of Tyler the Creator sort of feel to it as well, really. So just wanted to know. So is there any particular aspects of Tyler the Creator that you particularly really like?
I think it's his personality. His personality, and I think it's his aesthetic also. I like the way he dresses. I think I'll definitely dress, well, not entirely, but I would take I would steal some of his clothes. Yeah, I like his clothes a lot. His aesthetic as an artist, and his music. I think I like him. I like him a lot. He's a great artist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like his music. I like his aesthetic and personality. He's crazy. And I have a little bit of that crazy in me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, you're a really great person. Obviously, your music is amazing as well. So great personality, great music, and it's been really interesting speaking with you. And I hope it's been interesting for all of our viewers who have hopefully learnt something about you. Maybe they've met you for the first time, or maybe they already knew you and have now got to know you even better. You know, we weren't expecting some of the stuff that you told us, obviously, you know, some of the negative stuff, how you've turned it into a positive. So it's been a real eye-opener, I think, for us. Really, really interesting.
Thank you.
So we want to, we'll leave all of your details down below, you know, your handles for all your social media. So please let us know what they are. We'll put them onto our channel. So guys, come on, show 21 Oranges some love here. So subscribe to her on YouTube. Follow her on Instagram, any other social media that you have as well. And because she is an up and coming, really great singer. As we know, sings with it, you know, emotion. Everything's real. There's nothing fake there. So we absolutely loved having you on here, 21 Oranges. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So that wraps this one up. So thank you, and we'll see you again soon for our next video. Goodbye.
Goodbye.